Right, let's start styling our login information here. I'm just going to go to admin.view because we have some CSS that I kind of want to grab. So if we go to admin.view and scroll down to your style area, I'm just going to grab like this here at least. So from the end of info to column H1, right? Now, we've been doing this quite a few times, copying this. So if we have more on page, I just want to try this. So go to your app.view, and here we have some style already, right? So let's try pasting this in here, and let's leave this for now. And we can actually see a change in our, over here right now, this login information now changed. Also the design of this one actually changed because it's a global one, right? We don't have any scoped here. But if we wanted to, we can actually have both scoped and non-scoped in the same one. So if I wanted to have some of the admin or app.view here scoped, I can just add scope here, and I can actually create another one exactly like this and after, so I can have both scoped and non-scoped style in the same component here. But yeah, whatever. Let's go back to our what's it called here, our login view here. So what we want to do, other than what we just have here, we want to create a, since I added the div, a selector called #info with the background color. I just want to add this here. This is the div block. So let's do div info, and let's do a quick test real. So, woo, that's there, right? So now we have that here. And what I want to do for the login information is I just want to use a standard kind of a text field, and I'm going to use the one Vuetify has, of course. So if you go into UI component, scroll down to get to forms and input, form inputs and controls, and text fields. So you get to this page here, and we just want to use these to start creating our form application, right? So it's fairly straightforward with this. We just want one of these text fields here, right? So that's what we want to use, a v-text-field for each of our logins. So we're going to use an email and a password, and then a login with a button, right? So let's go back over here, and let's start with our v-text-field. That should create this here for us, and we're going to leave this blank for now. So just after this field here, gonna click, so we have a space here, so I can start adding all these attributes to it. The first one I want to add is vModel, because we want to grab the information from this one, right? So grab the information from, in this case, email, right? So we're going to use the first box to input our email information, and we're going to add a label to it, so it says email. Or you can like type email here, whatever, right? It's the one that hovers once you click. So the label is that one that says regular here. So that's the first one of this one. And then I'm going to do a required as well. So you can't not, if you don't fill this out, you're not allowed to click the button and so on, right? So I'm actually just gonna copy this entire text field here and do a paste afterwards. Just clean up it so it's in the same line. And instead of name, email, we're gonna use password and password. Oops, sorry, not the capital. There we go. And I want to use capital for this one. So let's try and see what this does to our project here. So we'll start it later with boxes and padding and so on. But now we have these two things here, right? That's cool. But we also want to have two buttons for like log in and log out or something like this. So after our text field, we're going to create a v-button. And the first one is going to be a login. There we go. And you can add an icon for this if you want to, but I'm totally lazy and I don't want to. So we have our button, and we want to have attach something to this button. Of course, we want to attach a color for this one. Oops, that's not an equal sign. And let's go with complete. That should create the green button if I recall. And let's click save, see if that creates the green button. It does. And let's add a class to this. And let's say we want some margin with 4 on it. So, oh, that's the old one. Let's not do that because I can remember what it is now. But the other thing I want to add is a click event, right? So once we click the button, we of course want to create a method so we can actually log in. So we're going to create one of those. I'm going to use the quick one, the shorthanded. So add click equals something something. Now I want to add an extra thing to this. I want to add the prevent here. so we don't reload the page whenever the print default from JavaScript here. So we don't actually reload the page and lose all the information from the vModel up here. So I'm going to do a sign in, and then I'm going to copy this button because I'm lazy and paste this in, remove the space, there we go, and create an incomplete, so the red button, and this will be a sign out button instead, and sign out, like so. Well, you can style it yourself, maybe I will in the next coming video, but that's not really important here. So having this information right now is what we want. So we can add a little text on up here, like type to login, add in a paragraph and then style it in, right? Or you can just create a div block, and let's do that with the info down here. We already have it. So hashtag info. So we can just add to this. Let's do padding. Let's do 20 pixels. Let's see what that does. So this is better already. So that's where we're gonna leave it at. All right, so we set up our login information, and we also connected this to our router. And the next couple of videos, we're going to set up navigation guards, set up Firebase to start using authorized logins and users, and hopefully that will make it work in a few videos.